Hey guys, welcome back to Set Streets and Eats. I'm Chris Bauer. I am so excited to go to this building today. This is the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures, and I am really excited to come see this. I don't remember what this building used to be in Hollywood, but it used to be something because I've seen this building pictured before. I believe it was one of the studio buildings, but I can't remember exactly its history, but it's gonna be awesome. This is basically the Louvre for props and wardrobe. So they opened this a few months ago. I'm really excited to go tour it. It breaks down filmmaking into sections, and it does have different exhibits for the different elements of filmmaking. I love filmmaking, and I'm excited to go to a museum dedicated to it in the city that made it famous. So let's travel.
I'm Chris Bauer, and I am an art slinger. I travel around the U.S. selling artwork at comic and anime conventions, and while I'm there, I like to check out cool sites, eat great food, and see all the places my favorite movies and TV shows are made. Welcome to Sets, Streets, and Eats.
We have submitted too long. If we want equality and justice, we must take our place alongside all other oppressed peoples, regardless of race or religion. Their fight is ours. Ours is theirs.
But if you're hard to get a go.
That's pretty cool. Mount Rushmore, I'm assuming from North by Northwest, but let's find out. Yep. The Alfred Hitchcock classic, North by Northwest. It's the actual backdrop that they used for Cary Grant. That's so cool. Pretty neat. It looks so primitive by today's standards, but it's hard to believe that that looked real during those scenes. Wow. So this whole room is dedicated to that scene in North by Northwest of them running across Mount Rushmore's heads. Very classic scene. Wow, all done in studio. That's awesome. Storyboards from it. reference photos. Oh, that's of the backdrop when they're in the diner at the, supposedly at the Mount Rushmore. Awesome. Tatooine. That's amazing. John Wayne. Citizen Kane, Orson Welles' masterpiece. Unless you count War of the Worlds, that could be considered a masterpiece too. This is that famous thing that he did on the set of Citizen Kane where he wanted the shot super low, so they cut a section out of the floor and put the camera on the floor, and that hadn't been done before. It's pretty awesome. Wow. This is one of the scripts from Citizen Kane. Wow. And the lenses they used. But here's the cool thing. They have the real Rosebud, the sled. Now that's a piece of Hollywood history right there. Ah, the Bruce Lee room. That's awesome. He did a massive ton of movies in his short life. Awesome stuff. Cinema Gold. Oh, his nunchucks. That's awesome. And here's the suit from Enter the Dragon. Fight sequence drawn by Bruce Lee. His trading card from Green Hornet. Script and drawings by Bruce Lee. Wow. Emmanuel Lubezki, I believe his name is. He's the father of the Oneer, the continuous take. Huge examples right here. Yeah, Children of Men. And, oh, I can't remember the name of that space movie with Clooney and Bullock, but it was awesome. The continuous take is a very important part of a cinematographer's, or director's, I guess, playbook, where they choreograph a huge, long sequence and they film it all in one take. and some of them can last 7-8 minutes, even longer. Birdman's legendary for this because the whole movie seems to be one take. But they ended up having 5 or 6 actual cuts in it.
My name is Jordan Belfort. Not him. Me. That's right.
Hard to believe editing used to be done on things this size. That's crazy. It's like 3 or 4 people could sit at that thing. There it is. The John Steers, John Dykstra Oscar for Star Wars. Awesome.
And Raw to Miss Viola Davis.
This is basically the Oscars acceptance speech room. It's kind of neat. They basically just play all these different clips of different acceptance speeches from over the years. They've got a couple of dresses on display from and then the history on this table in the center.
You supported the dream of this film and lifted us up every day. Victoria Alonso, Captain Feige, Luke Esposito, and the man with the best laugh ever made more. Thank you. And we're stronger because of our art department crew who led with their hearts and brought their experiences, talent, courage, humility, and hard work.
Oh man, there it is. So when Moonlight won, that was when they said the wrong Best Picture was La La Land. And that's the envelope. Oh, that was so embarrassing.
I'm stronger because my family just supported me through the rest of time. I give the strength to all of those who come next to keep going, to never give up. And when you think it's impossible, just remember to say this piece of advice I got from a very wise woman. I did my best, and my best is good enough. Thank you.
And the Oscar goes to...
This is one of the mock-ups they did for Academy Awards. Coppola. Oh, check this out. Look at that frame. How cool is that frame? I love that frame he had built for it. That is cool. Oh, that was Denzel's jersey and he got game. So Spike donated all this to be on display here at the museum. That is cool. Oh, that's his jersey from Do the Right Thing. That's his guitar. That's awesome. Storyboards. Framework of the movies.
I wasn't doing my assignment on time.
No one ever bothered to translate them.
The Wizard of Oz room. Look at this. They got the ruby slippers. The ruby slippers. Wow. Man, that's cool. This thing's over 80 years old. Oh, wow. Check that out. Cowardly Lion's hairpiece. Wicked Witch of the West. That's awesome. Two of Dorothy's dresses.
Oh, there is.
There's the cast. Burt Lower. Buddy Ibsen. Wow. What a young he is. Long before Beverly Hillbillies. There's his Kane. How cool is this? Some of the concept pieces for it. Wow. Unbelievable.
Dust would come out of it. And this cloud had a gantry that was specially built on the stage, which allowed to move left to right and back and forth. And at the bottom of it, they had another cart attached to the base of the car. So between the two, they could stretch it and move it around.
Look at this old camera cart. I think that weighs probably 8 tons. It's solid cast iron. Wow. Look at that. God, probably took a whole team of 12 people to push that thing. Oof. Two of her dresses right there. First editions, The Marvelous Land of Oz. Handwritten script draft pages, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. So the whole museum is set up basically on the different parts of filmmaking. So each room has like something dedicated to sound or image or all that, and it's just a lot of interviews with cinematographers and sound engineers. It's pretty cool.
Music is composed to fit the action.
It's the wardrobe room. Some classic pieces. That's cool. That's awesome. Blues Brothers. Robin Williams 1 hour photo. Uma Thurman from Kill Bill. Brad Pitt from some movie. Elvis, Cary Grant, North by Northwest. Creature from Black Lagoon. That's Flo Pugh's dress from Midsummer. They got Brad Pitt's costume from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Interstellar. True Grit. We got two Jeff Bridges, True Grit, and Big Lebowski's Robe. Emma Stone's dress from La La Land. Love that movie. Concept drawings for wardrobe. That's awesome. Wesley Snipes from New Jack City. That's a great movie. Buck from Boogie Nights, played by Don Cheadle. That's awesome. Nick Fury. Russell Crowe's from Gladiator. Oh man, these are neat. Really old business cards. Paramount Pictures. Wow. That's cool. Oh yeah, Faye Dunaway. Bonnie and Clyde. Moving into hairstyling. Maltese Falcon. Look at the old makeup kit. Wow. Back in the 1920s, silent film era. It kind of built up over time. From the 30s. Look at all the mustaches. That's awesome. Oh, check that out. Leonardo DiCaprio's one of his chess pieces from the bear attack on the Revenant. King Kong 76. Look at all the hair pieces that they make. Oh, this is the Dolomite hair pieces, so this is all of Eddie Murphy's. Don Cheadle's. Mel Brooks. Clark Gable. Grace Kelly, wow. So there's, in my hometown of Metropolis, Illinois, there's the Americana Hotel, or no, not hotel, there's the Americana Museum. In the back of it, they haven't displayed them, but they bought out one of these effects warehouses in Hollywood years ago. And they've got all these old face molds of all these actors from the 1930s all the way up to the 1980s, whenever the shop closed. One of these days I'm going to get them to let me do a tour in there, but you ought to see some of the face molds they have in that place. That is awesome. Katharine Hepburn's makeup chart. That's cool. Different pancake makeups. This is the room dedicated to what impact movies, documentary films, things like that have on the world. Norma Ray. That was a big one. Roger and me, look at that. My hometown of Flint, Michigan. So there's a top part to backdrop the invisible art. So this was the backdrop painting, the matte painting they used for behind that shot. It's pretty cool. Ancient cameras. Wow. 19th century. 1800s, look at this. Look at that. Wow. Looks like something very steampunk. Actually, those are definitely steam powered. Wood, brass, and glass. Look at that. Night lanterns. That's cool. This one's like the Eiffel Tower. Wow. Philoscopes. These are neat. Thousands of images rapidly whipping back and forth. That's pretty neat. It's crazy seeing the contrast in old Antonio Banderas in this clip and the young one that we just passed. That's wow. It's hard to believe he's had that long of a career. But, I mean, he's been in movies for over 30 years. It's crazy. That's pretty cool. Nightmare Before Christmas sketches. Wallet and Gromit. Or Wallace and Gromit, I think it is. Oh, that's cool. It's all animated. Look at these old. Old Merry Melodies. Some of the earliest Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd sketches. Tweety. Wow. Those are ancient. That's pretty awesome. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. Oh, there they are. Character bus for the witches. Or the fairies, the three good fairies from Sleeping Beauty. Ah, character for the seven dwarfs. Wow. That's amazing. It's Frozen, Shrek. Animation is amazing. I wish I was a bit more of a fan of animation. I like watching them like once. I don't have a lot of rewatchability with animation. I don't have the connection to it like that. I wish I did. I keep trying though. With these old Bambi sketches. Wow. So Walt commissioned animator Frank Thomas and an architect to design the ideal animator's desk in the 1940s, or in 1939. And this is what they came up with. Versions of this are still used today. Of course, they have computers, but for artists that actually still draw, they still have the slant desks. Ooh, now we're getting into the special effects. That is awesome. Stop motion. Mighty Joe Young, the original. Of course, the classic Ray Harryhausen. Evolution of the World. Of course, he would want to do Clash of the Titans. I'll check that out. Look at this. Concept drawing for Clash of the Titans. That's cool. Oh yeah, I remember The Abyss. I haven't seen that in a while. Classic. Terminator 2. The maquettes. This is from the abyss up front. Motion capture for Avatar. P.O. and R2. Some of the puppets from the Dark Crystal and the costumes. Orc from Lord of the Rings. Batman Returns Wayne Manor. Danny DeVito's face piece from Batman Returns. It's pretty awesome. Oh, Gary Oldman's Dracula costume. Edward Scissorhands. One of Arnold's face pieces for the effects. Most famous droids in the galaxy. Anthony Daniels worn 3PO costume. Wow. That's awesome. There's R2. Kenny Baker used to be inside there, 2D2. Of course, later on they would have remote controlled actual droids. But for a long time, Kenny Baker used to run it all the way into the prequels. There's the E.T. Here to greet people. That's awesome. Spacesuit from Space Odyssey. He's here to phone home and to make friends with Elliot. Oh, this is cool. This is from Blade Runner. This is one of the vid phones. Keep in mind they built this in the early 80s, so it might look primitive now, but it was really space edge, cutting edge back then. Very cool. Space Odyssey. This is actually one of the models they used. God, that's awesome. I think it's still amazing. This is the space room, as you can see.
Oh Lord, what a heavenly light.
Doug Jones costume in Shape of Water. Oscar-winning film, as most of these are in here. So I'm about to enter the Hayao Miyazaki exhibit, famed Studio Ghibli animator. They do not allow any photography of any kind, motion, camera, anything inside this exhibit, and also in the Pixar Toy Story and Zoetrope exhibit. So I'm about to go check those out, and I'll let you know when I get out. Just the outside looks pretty cool. So I just got out of the Ghibli exhibit. That was amazing. When you first walk in, you walk through into like this green tunnel, and you walk into, basically they have screens playing and the movies going, and then you've got all this original concept art and film sales and story work. There's also a quote from him right on the wall right when you walk in, and it was obviously him talking to his animators. It said, remember when you're depicting characters, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Meaning, this isn't their life story. The movie is about a moment in their lives, which is such great advice for writers when writing scripts, but also really sums up his movies and why his animated movies are so much better than a lot of animated stuff out there. It's just really amazing. But they also have, I forget the name of the movie, the deer spirits, something about the forest, but the little forest fairies or the ghosts that are, live in that tree. They have the whole tree set up there, and you can walk under it and stuff, and they've got all the ghosts that disappear on the wall. And then they've also got this one little area that's like a grassy knoll, and you can lay on it and look up at the sky, and the sky is animated blue sky with clouds that actually go by. It's mesmerizing, and I have no idea why, but it was pretty cool. I wish that they allowed video in there, because there's some really cool stuff in there, so you're gonna have to come see it yourself. That is awesome. That is so cool. So that was really cool. So it gets spinning. It's just a set scene that gets spinning and is moving, and then they start the strobe light and it becomes 3D animation. That was awesome. Very cool display. Good job, Pixar. So hanging over the second floor lobby is Bruce. This is an actual mold or casting of the shark, of the original shark mold from Jaws. I wear my Jaws shirt today, just so I can match Bruce. Bruce is awesome, and he hangs here above the second floor lobby, threatening to eat anyone that comes down the escalator toward his mouth. He's still terrifying. And this, I'm really not sure what it is. It's just kind of an overlook of Hollywood, I guess. Yeah. All of Hollywood's framed. There's the Hollywood sign. Should be right there. As soon as it focuses. It's very smoggy today. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So you get basically a framework of Hollywood. You get to sit outside for a few minutes, enjoy the afternoon, maybe have a drink. It's a nice little place. Can't beat it. Right on top of the Motion Picture Academy Museum. So far, pretty impressive museum. Yeah, it's the amount of props and the right costumes they have in there are just, man, mwah. We would not have movies if it weren't for props and wardrobe. I'll just tell you that. Actors can think they do all the work, all they want. If you don't look right, it's pretty amazing. Kudos to you, wardrobe and props makers. Kudos to you. Oh, I hear lots of clapping. I've been nominated, I don't know for what, but if I'm gonna get an Oscar. Somehow they knew before they opened the envelope that I'm gonna win this Oscar. It's gonna be very exciting. And honestly, I've earned it. You know, I've put in the work, the time that was required to win one of these. And it's gonna be great. So you can do this as an added ticket bonus. You can experience the Oscars yourself and win an Oscar. It's pretty awesome. Here I go. I'm so excited.
So you'll stand right here in the spotlight.
Okay.
You'll face that screen in front of you. You
Okay.
can grab that whenever you'd like, but it's going to actually record when your name shows up.
Right on. Okay. Wow. And the Oscar goes to me. You love me. You really love me. No, keep standing. Don't okay, all right. I'll just. Oh, they're playing me off. Okay, well, that didn't. Well, great. Okay.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, I'm trying to leave with it.
Unfortunately, we would charge a little bit more. Statue.
That was highly enjoyable. Chocolate. Spike Lee's got his own section of the gift shop. That's pretty sweet. Movie posters, mostly Miyazaki's. Brew stuff. That is awesome. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that That's pretty sweet. Look at this. Everything works, but I'm not gonna break it. Nope, nope, nope. That's pretty cool though. What? That's awesome. So that's the maker, and then you can make these museum. You have different kits. They got the Metropolis, Charlie Chaplin. That is really cool. Wow. That's awesome. I kind of want one of these. $34 for the kit, and that's not bad. And $18.95 for the flip screens. That's actually not bad. That's pretty neat. What's cool is when the displays change, like Dark Crystal or whatever, and they have the stuff in the gift shop, that then they can re-update that with the whatever the new movie is being displayed up there. Can have its own merch. That's pretty neat. Good idea. I like that. This is a purse, a ruby red slipper purse. That is awesome. And they have a bag. $215. This is what you get for having designer stuff in your gift shop. Little dress. That's cute. Designer sweatshirt. Wow. That's pretty neat. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, I got my souvenir. I got a keychain and a couple other little items on a chocolate Oscar. Even though I want a real one, you saw it. And that was a pretty fun experience, actually. I love museums that have interactive pieces to them. Granted, you had to buy an extra ticket for the interactive piece, but that actually was a lot of fun. But no, this was highly enjoyable. So much movie history in there. It's really cool how they break down the elements of filmmaking into different displays, I guess, different exhibits. And each room is themed and goes to either picture or sound or casting. Well, I didn't see a lot of casting, except in the history stuff. But yeah, highly enjoyable. A lot of elements to filmmaking. I love filmmaking. And this is a very cool museum that celebrates all of it. And I highly recommend it. Come check it out.